Hello, my name is Bradford, and this is my dev commentary for CGT 255. So, in this project, we made the state of our hearts, and I did all of the art assets for it. And a lot of the challenges that I faced during this time was both learning how to draw the things that I was drawing and learning how to efficiently research that kind of stuff. There aren't many people that I can actually go to, and my resources are very limited in terms of physical people because the people that I would consult, yeah, they have their own jobs and they do their own thing, and they might not have time to get back with me. So I consulted a lot of books and online images and all those things just to sort of get an idea of how other people did their things. So as we're going through this, um, Brantley, you may have seen the initial start screen, and while I was happy with it, it was actually the first thing that I've colored. So yeah, that was the first person, character, background, everything that I've actually colored in and have pronounced as finished. But I wasn't happy with it, so later I redesigned it to that second one where it actually includes both characters. Which, I mean, I like that one a lot more. I spent a lot of time on it. It's got a lot more oomph and it's got a lot more emotion and feeling behind it, and that's what I was sort of aiming for. As for the characters, actually, first I'll start with the icons. So the first thing you'll notice as soon as you start playing the game is the little icons that show up that sort of pronounce which character is talking. And I just designed those really quickly. I actually went through a lot of different concepts for them, how they should look, how much body is shown, and ultimately I just went with just a headshot. It was the easiest thing that I could produce, and it was the fastest thing that I could produce. But later on, that proved to be a problem because I'm not very good with emotions and expressions, and I did a lot of research and more Google image searching on what constituted a confused face or a blushing face or an excited face or a sad one. And a lot of the time, I would just sort of kind of look at it and then copy and paste it into my own art and just kind of call it a day. And another thing you'll notice when looking at like the initial start screen is the background. I was assigned to do the backgrounds, but the characters would take me a really long time to do because, you know, I needed time to get it right. And also, character coloring with the way that I was coloring it took a few hours to just crack out, you know, one character. And the sooner I got a little bit more efficient at it towards the end. And this entire project for me was just sort of a chance to experience what it's like to have a lot of things to draw at the same time, you know, or at least have deadlines. And well, I can tell you I don't really like having deadlines, but the more confident I am in my ability to draw something before being assigned it, played a lot, and it was a really good influencer in how quickly I got something done. And so next up, with the backgrounds, we just decided to take pictures of those and sort of edit pictures. I gave a little bit of insight on how those could be edited just so I could spend a little bit more time making and like fleshing out the characters. And then the full body poses. I was never really good at full body poses. This project sort of forced me to be good with those, and I started kind of cracking those out. And here's a couple of pictures of things that I didn't actually finish or have time to like get into the game, but there were things that were being planned and set up to get into the game, but just a lot of projects and a lot of other things sort of took up a lot of my time. There was one thing in particular. Yes, near the end, where they're both together, I would have had a two-person thing together, but again, it was taking a lot of time. I wasn't necessarily sure how much of a certain character I was supposed to be drawing, you know, and you know, putting them together, all of these things. It wasn't necessarily like they would give me an expression and do this, but I was just trying to think on the back burner, how do these two interact with each other? Or how do these illustrations act with each other? You know, will they be by themselves? Will they eventually be compiled together into one scene, etc., etc.? And these are a lot of the challenges that I experienced during this project. Most of which was just me being able to like learn something quickly and me being able to apply it to my own art, and so that I could efficiently and effectively get something out for the project and for my peers to use. Most of my design thinking was I just need to get it done and at least have a cohesive theme and a cohesive style. And as I was learning how to do more things, I sort of fell off of some artists, picked up some other artists, and that affected my style a whole lot more. And now that this project is over, I can at least go back and perfect my style and perfect my craft, and normally just get good at what I'm doing, and sort of make a name for myself out there with a specific style.